Hey there, you're watching Go Island, coming to you this week from Catalyst Paper, where I'm going to be having coffee with Fred.
Aaron Visiev Financial's Go Island is brought to you by Aaron Visiev Financial.
Well, hello there. You are watching Go Island, coming to you this week from Catalyst Paper, where I am having coffee with Fred Chinn, General Manager here at Catalyst. Fred, how are you?
Great, Nancy. How are you doing?
I'm doing so well, and I've been waiting for weeks to come up here and have coffee with Fred because we've been talking about it, and I think that's all part of this renewed presence of Catalyst in the community. You are everywhere with the Catalyst name these days.
Well, when I came back here and started working in the mill in April as the general manager, one of the things I came with, a kind of a personal mission, was to have this mill become a big part of the community again, like it may have been many years ago, because it's been distant, somewhat lately. So I've been getting involved in all sorts of activities, whether they're sports like the Bulldogs or events, art raves, things of that nature. Of just loving being part of it.
And I think that is important because you say at one point had a huge presence. It has been the largest employer in the community. You're still a major employer in this community.
Yes, we employ about 330 people directly. And then we've done the math, and it's about a 4 or 5 to 1 when you look at people that are directly affected by these facilities outside the community as well. So we're very big in the area.
And it's kind of neat for us in the media to be watching this, because we are seeing this huge transformation of Catalyst and of the relationships that Catalyst is forming. We recently did a story about the settling ponds, which was a huge win-win situation for Catalyst in the city, but there are also conversations going on about a walkway.
Yes, I know John's approached me several times about the walkway, and it's a very interesting concept. We have to really look at the details around it and see how it would fit to make sure that it's best in both parties' interests there. But it's definitely something of interest that we want to be involved in from the ground up, but also really understand it, because we do have an operating helicopter pad and other things in that area. So we really need to tread carefully down that path.
Absolutely, but we are treading on it, and that's the main thing. Now, I have to admit, I forgot to bring coffee today, so Fred has had to provide coffee. So we're going to have a sip of coffee while you watch a story. Jenny Fortin met a group of local women who are creating beauty and awareness. Well, hello again. You are still watching Go Island. I am still here with Fred Chinn. We're talking Catalyst. We're talking Catalyst Paper. And this is, first and foremost, a business. And it's an economically viable business, isn't it?
Yes, it is. There's challenges in today's market. We do make printing paper here. And as we know, there's less and less of it being demanded around the world. So we ensure our quality and our costs are top notch so that we actually grow in this business rather than shrink in it. So we're very focused on that.
And, reach around behind you, Fred, because I know you've got a couple of magazines there. We were talking about what kind of paper Catalyst does. And you guys make everything from phone book paper.
Yes.
And this would be one of the lower grades?
Yeah, it's a thin, kind of very versatile grade for, phone books. Yeah.
To these are the ones that everybody knows about. Rolling Stone and Hockey News. These are high-end papers. These have to be the Cadillacs of papers.
Yeah, and we're very proud. Like, the relationship with Rolling Stone is over 10 years old. So every Rolling Stone magazine you see on a shelf came from Port Alberni. The paper did. So it's kind of a neat aspect to our business.
Unbelievable. You made it to the cover of the Rolling Stone.
There you go. Absolutely.
Everybody wants it, Fred.
Okay, we're inside the cover of Rolling Stone, baby. Yeah.
Now, being an economically viable business of this size means that you're hiring, and you're always hiring, aren't you?
Yes, for various reasons, and one of the reasons is the age demographic now. We've had a lot of retirements in the last 2 years. We've replaced 28% of our workforce in 2 years here. Over 100 people have been hired at this mill alone. So that's everybody from operators to tradesmen to technical people like engineers, and we've been very, very successful of a lot of hiring. And one thing we do look for constantly is people that have roots to Port Alberni, because we know when they come here, they're most likely to stay.
So those are the employees you're really looking for. So if you're out there and you have a son or a daughter in high school right now, or you're a teacher, you should be thinking about maybe a career in Catalyst for them.
Absolutely.
And I've seen some of the folks that are working here. These are pretty cushy jobs. They're nice looking jobs. I'm thinking maybe I could retrain.
Well, that could be a lot of work right there, I think.
I wouldn't even know where to begin. Fred, we've got lots more to talk about here. But first of all, we're going to send you to another story. Do you know who Santa Lucia is? Well, she's making an appearance in Port Alberni this year, and if you're fast, you might just be able to buy a ticket to see her. Welcome back. You are still watching Go Island. I am still here in Fred Chinn's office at Catalyst Paper, where we're talking about what else, Catalyst Paper, and the amount of jobs there are for young people. And we were chatting a little bit when the camera was off about the environmental record here at Catalyst. And this is something that Fred is particularly proud of.
Oh, we're very proud of that here. We have one of the top mills in North America and the world, actually. When you look at things like greenhouse gas emissions, any of the air, water, all the areas that we treat here are just world class. And it's something we're very, very proud about, and I often talk about it for sure.
And one of the reasons why I'm thinking this is so important to Fred is you've made your home here. You've made your home in the Valley, and this is a major commitment to this community from you and your family.
Absolutely. I'm a big believer in if you work in a mill like this and you're going to lead it, you must live and be part of the active community as well. You don't live somewhere else and come here. That way you're vested, completely vested, and I definitely am. Yes.
And I can vouch for that. I see Fred and his lovely wife out and about around the community, getting involved in all sorts of things. It's great. Yep. It's always wonderful to welcome new people into the community like you and Joanna.
We're having a lot of fun. She really likes the community as well, and her son's settled in really well in the new high school, and it's been wonderful for all of us.
Wow. Now, talking about the high school, we were talking a little bit earlier about careers and looking forward to careers for young people. You have an event coming up.
Yes, I do. So something that I thought of when I first came here is that people drive by this mill and they see the white stuff, which is steam, not smoke. And so, but a lot of people have perceptions about what's behind these gates and these big white walls. So what I've done is I've arranged something for the new year where we're going to invite the teachers and the educators in the area to come in, and for a day they're going to get a tour of the facility. They're going to learn about our effluent treatment and our environmental story. They're going to learn about the types of careers that are here. We're going to educate them as to what's an instrument mechanic and what are the different things that for these young kids that are coming through school today, they're not even aware of what opportunities are in their back door. So this is something that we're really proud about here.
Well, I don't blame you. It's an amazing facility. Good on you. It's fun to be able to come through and bring the cameras through now and then. So thanks for inviting us in.
Anytime at all. Love having you.
Well, I'm sure we'll be back. But in the meantime, we do have a couple more stories before we come to the end of the show today. Jenny Fortin met some other young people who can skate. Well, that does bring us to the end of another Go Island, and this has been such an enjoyable one for me. You didn't get to see all of the mill that I had a chance to walk through, so maybe next time I'm going to ask Fred if we can have a walk and talk instead of just coffee. Until we see you again, be good to each other.
Aaron Visiev Financial's Go Island was brought to you by Aaron Visiev Financial, supporting community and providing personalized advice and services to clients since 1996.